Once again, as always, a huge thank you to all of our financial supporters. Firstly, our Patreon supporters over there at patreon.com/878 Survivor FM. Our production managers, thank you all so much. Shane, Tank Dazza, Hawks, Ever Daddy, Cinnamon, and a big shout out to the one and only Red Freedom. 19 months at the producer level, mate. We cannot thank you enough. Next, we want to give a huge thanks to all of our YouTube members. You're just growing each and every month. It blows us away. All of our emote bandits, our new level, our 87A survivors who are all there on the screen right now. Cannot thank you all enough. But a special shout out to our podcast bosses, Kenny Baker, Cinnamon, Matt Z, and Foxy. All of you are legends who help the show go on each and every week. Thank you all for your support, even just by watching or listening each week to the podcast.
Hello there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 130 of the DayZ podcast. We're joined today by good friends Cobra. How are you doing?
Yo, how you doing, man? All good. How are you?
Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. And of course, our special guest, finally, TheArriana. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad at all. It is freezing. It's so cold.
It is very cold.
It's very, very bloody cold. How's your week been so far? Has it been good?
No complaints from me.
Nice. Good stuff. And what about yourself, Cobra? You been busy?
Mate, it's bloody freezing where I am. It's it was snowing down in the southeast this morning when I woke up. So getting ready with a shovel. Other than that, all good, mate. All good.
Good stuff. It's been snowing where you live, Ariana.
Not yet, but it's planned to apparently over the next few days. So we shall see.
We had it. I got a lift home from work yesterday because it was getting that heavy, and today it's just ice, just black ice. I kept slipping on the way to work. It was ridiculous. But oh well, it is winter, so it is what it is. Hope everyone in chat is doing all right. I hope you had a fantastic week. Three webcams. Yes, we've actually got everybody in using webcams. Unfortunately, Lemons couldn't join us today as he has to get himself sorted for work. Shifts have been a bit sporadic, so wish him the best and hope he's keeping well. So, Ariana, how things been lately? You've been
busy.
very busy.
Right
Yes.
into it.
Very busy. Yes.
We've been, as I alluded to just before, been trying to get you on for a while, but you've had all the events going on and things are finally somewhat settled down, so I hope.
For about 3 weeks, maybe.
For 3 weeks, yeah, and then everything kicks up again. Oh, great. But, yes, so the last event that you ran, fantastic. Really nicely done, actually, across the weekend. And, I'm kind of interested because we were talking a little bit before the stream started, and you said events been going on for about 12 months or so. What kind of inspired you to start the first Queens of the Castle event?
Well, I was talking to Joito, which you probably know, and we were saying about how there's so many women in the community now, and we've never had as many women in the community, like in all of the days that we've been in DayZ,
Mm-hmm.
And so we said, we should do like an open server or something and get everybody together. And it kind of just snowballed. Within like a week, it went from being an open server to being this all out, castle event. So and then obviously from that, the men were like, let us have a go. And then so, okay, eventually I caved. It was actually a guy called Dems. I went into his stream on Saturday morning and he was talking about Kings of the Castle, and he's like, please do it. And I was like, okay. And that was probably about
right there.
it was probably about 3 months after I said no. And yeah, he convinced me. And the funny thing was, he never even got to play the event because he couldn't play because he had his son. So the poor irony of that was just but so that was how it all kind of just kind of spiraled, and it was never intended to be anything as insane as it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it still blows my mind that it was, that it's been like 4 crazy, insane events.
Absolutely, absolutely. It has been absolutely crazy. I remember when the first event was kind of announced, it was like, oh, that's actually a really cool thing. And I think we talked about it on the show a number of times.
Yeah,
That,
we
you know,
did.
we're never seeing any events that involves just, you know, purely the women in the community. So it's fantastic that they got some representation there. And then when you said that there was going to be a second one, it was like, oh, oh, there's going to be more. Okay, fantastic. And I'm kind of interested. You know, you said that you initially said no to a Kings of the Castle event. Why is that? Was it just because of the
Well, because
representation?
the Queens took an angle that I never expected it to, which was kind of like fighting for the women.
Hmm.
If you know what I mean, like because obviously there is a lot of discriminatory stuff in the gaming community towards
Absolutely.
women. So it was never my intention to be like a voice for the women. It just kind of became that. So a lot of the women felt that doing a Kings would take away from the Queens of the Castle,
Hmm.
whether rightly or wrongly. I never felt that personally, but I did
Yeah,
respect their opinion.
absolutely.
And for a while, I did kind of like refrain from doing it because of that. But like I said, there was a lot of interest in it happening.
Hmm.
And it did only feel fair to me to do a Kings of the Castle if I'd done a Queens of the Castle.
Yeah,
So, and always said I would never pit men against the women, so I'd have to do them separately. That would always have to be the way it would be done,
honestly,
in my mind.
yeah, I completely agree with that. It does only make it fair that, you know, you have you know, the two events purely dedicated for the women, and then you have one dedicated purely for the men. And it's both of them were extremely entertaining, and the reception was so positive on either side from what I've seen.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and then you announced the new one.
Yeah.
It's fantastic as it is. Lord, you need to slow down.
I know, I know. But the thing is, I never expected to enjoy it as much as I have.
Hmm.
And I never expected to be as good at it as I have been, I guess. Like it's all been on really, really well, you know. There's been a few
Hmm.
hiccups, like the second Queens of the Castle, there's a few hiccups, and the
Yeah,
first day of Kings we had a little bit of a hiccup, but
I did
you
see
know,
that. Yeah.
for someone who's never done anything like this in her life, I mean, I'm very lucky that I've got a good group of people around me
Hmm.
that know what they're doing in terms of admin work and server side and all that sort of stuff. But in terms of just getting, you know, a big group of people together in one place to play an event, it's just for me, you know, it's quite a big achievement because I'm the most disorganized, chaotic, crazy lady,
Nude.
in the world. So, you know,
Absolutely
yeah.
fantastic. No, no, it's brilliant that, you know, you have took the time, you have took the energy to make these events, because essentially you wanted representation, and then it again, it's spiraled and it's spiraled, and it's going to continue spiral. I can already see it
Probably.
happening. But I can already see it happening. So what kind of came up with the concept for the castle? Like, why that one specifically?
Well, it actually spiraled from someone said to me, King of the Hill. I'm sure you know
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game, King of the Hill. And I don't know what it was, but when my friend said that to me, it was like a light bulb moment, and I was like, I just thought Queen of the Castle. Like it just came to me, and then
Hmm.
I was like, which castle? And I was like, the best castle in Chernarus is Crona
Easily.
Castle, easily.
Yeah.
Like it's and that was it. There was just an idea. It just, you know, there was no like dilly daddling. It was just that was that, and then it just became a thing. And I'm not really like very creative, I guess. So I didn't really go with any like mods or anything. And I love Vanilla
Mhm.
Chernarus. I don't even know if you know Vanilla Chernarus mad. So seemed crazy to me to do like 100 mods and have like loads of different things just to do it really
Yeah.
simply and it works so well. Um,
It did. It really,
yeah.
really did. I mean, vanilla gameplay, Cobra, that's right up your alley. I'm a modder. I play in modded servers, so that's kind of like my thing. I'm like, right, you guys have fun on
Mm.
vanilla, but respect it, but not for me. But no, it's doing events like that where it is purely just DayZ for what it is. Best choice you could possibly do, and that's coming from me.
Yeah, you
'Cause-
can't beat that, mate. You can't beat that at all. I think that's definitely the right way to go. Vanilla-ish.
Yeah.
Well, actually, proper official type scenario. I mean, who else?
Yeah.
What other way would you want it?
Yeah. I mean, we've made a few peaks. We've learned a lot, like from Queen's One all the way up to like even just like learning loads from the kings of the castle. There will be changes going forward. You do learn as you do these things. I've never done these things before. I don't know nothing about event planning when I plan Queens of the Castle, and I still don't feel like I do for events later. But
this is an interesting. I was going to say this is quite interesting. So, give us an idea, Ariana. How long prior to you releasing that event? How many hours did you think you put into organising all of that?
Oh God, I don't know.
Your first one.
The first one probably wasn't a lot because it was very much like slapdash, kind of like just kind
Get
of
it going.
Yeah, but I put so much work into Kings. I felt like I didn't sleep for months putting that thing together because there was just so many people and lots to do. But again, I didn't do any of the server work, so I can only imagine if I had to do that as well. Like I was very lucky that I didn't have to do any of that because I've got good friends and good, a good community around me of people who know what the fuck they're doing because I would probably fuck it up. I'm doing it for War of the Women and I'm scared about to be honest. But yeah, it's a lot of work and it's I'm mainly like a secretary when I do the events because obviously, like I said, I don't do any of the hard graft really.
It's just kind of like the brains of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
and I have all my little lovely people running around doing all the hard work.
Well, no, that's it. It's good utilizing people who kind of like, they know what they're doing. They know how to work around certain things. So when you know how to bring up a good team to create an event or an experience, you do it really, really well. I do recall when I was watching the first Kings of the Castle event, there was a situation that I saw. Everyone was standing around in the forest. I'm like, what the hell happened? And I just missed
admin tool crash. Yeah, I love that.
I've never ever seen those admin tools ever crash. I'd love to know what the hell happened. As
far as we know, the tools crashed, TP to everyone to one spot and crashed the server. That's what
right.
So, but they handled it with just grace. Like I don't know how they did it. They got everyone back in the right places. They did the best they could because obviously, some people were in the middle of fights and stuff, and some people were separated, and I think they recovered quite well. I mean, I wouldn't. I was freaking the hell out. I'm not gonna lie. I was freaking out.
I was sitting there. I was looking at. I was watching the stream. And I was like, "Oh, bless her heart, bless her," because I could see like you were stressing, but you handled it well. You really did handle it well. And
try and get 50 dudes to stand still and not shoot each other when they've all got fucking fully loaded weapons in their hands. That was
Please, for
interesting.
The love of God, for 5 minutes, don't shoot each other.
Yeah. Luckily, it didn't happen. Thankfully.
It's all about the recovery after that, and you did well, didn't you? So
yeah,
that's it. All good.
And I missed. Admittedly, I missed the second day, because I had prior engagements, but.
The running man was bored. That was all you need to know about that whole event. The running man was bored. I'm joking.
I was gonna say, Jesus.
No, I mean he was because they pushed the castle like 2.5 hours early or something stupid. So Green Team held it for it was almost 3 hours or so. It was crazy. It was no one's ever pushed the castle that early. So literally, I think the only thing I heard all day was people in my chat saying the running man is bored, and I'm like, why did they push the castle 3 hours early? I don't understand.
Well, this is what this says it in the chat, doesn't it? If you look at the chat, there's a Michael on the chat there saying that what do we learn from the kings of the castle? The men, unlike the women, were too scared to try and storm the castle to take it over.
Yes. Okay, this is something that I've kind of noticed, not only with events, but in general. Women do not give a shit. They will just go all out, and it is fascinating to watch. It is absolutely brilliant. I've seen when it comes to sports like football and stuff, where a bloke gets tapped in the ankle, he's screaming, he's crying about and then you get a woman who trips over. She's her nose is bleeding. She's just I don't give a shit. Let's just keep playing. It's
let's go.
Jesus
Christ. The mother instinct, mate. That's what that is.
And I respect it. So the new event. I'd love to know more about that. So
Okay.
I do believe that you have posted a roster.
I did, yeah.
And what kind of inspired you to create that particular one? Like, talk us through it a little bit.
So after the Kings of the Castle, I was kind of like, okay, what's next? Obviously. um, yeah, as you do. And I was looking at old armor modes, and I came across one called the War of the Hats, which I'd never heard of before. And I was like, what's that all about? So I started doing a little trip down, history lane, and was learning all about this war called War of the Hats. And it was a war in 1714 or something, really, really long time ago, anyway. And it was between Russia and, I want to say, Sweden.
Right.
Anyway, the idea is that the Russians were trying to kill an empress, or the other way around. And anyway, so I kind of based the whole thing off that. War of the Hats, War of the Women. And Seni is going to be our empress, whose life is in danger. And she has her 17 women to protect her. It's going to take place on Stiliski Island. And
Yes.
I've modding the walkways across from mainland, and the other team will start on the mainland, and they'll have to push their way across and try and kill the Empress.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and then there's going to be a spy on either side of
Okay.
Oh,
the
okay.
war,
Sounds
like,
interesting.
because it's a war, right? So, and the idea was like, I was reading into that war, and apparently spies were really, really common, and it was, yeah. Anyway, so there's going to be a spy on either side, and they're going to be able to do small acts of sabotage. They're not going to be able to go in a room and like mow 30 people down. They're not going to be able to do that. That's not going to be like the thing. They're going to have like a list of things they're able to do to do sabotage. No one is going to know except the shoutcasters who are the spies, and obviously they're not allowed to tell anybody. So
Yeah.
and it's up to the people to figure it out and try and get rid of them.
Right.
Sounds interesting.
That I don't
A
know
lot
if you've I don't know if you've said that publicly, and if you have, I've missed it, and I do apologize. But that is spicy. That is really, really spicy. So, and Skillisty Island is a choice for location. That is really fascinating, because I feel like Skillisty is very underutilized.
It is.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Only, like, if you spawn around there, if you're smart with your loot runs, you'll go there first. I find, because of considering it's like a tier 2, I believe.
Yeah.
So, very, very interesting. And do you have a date for that?
It is the 21st of January. She says very
There you go. There you go. Get it in your diaries.
Fantastic. So we've got the date. And are you nervous? Are you excited?
I'm nervous because it's more complicated than anything I've done so far. So yeah, and I feel it's a lot more like backstory to it than like Kings of the Castle is like dead, 5 teams run to a building, they've got to hold it, it's dead. Whereas this has got a bit more depth to it. So I'm interested to see how it play out. And I've got to do it so that nobody just like wipes each other out within like 10 minutes and then it's over, because there is only 18 players on either side. So
Boydie's just asked an interesting question there. Have you ever approached any companies to sponsor these type of events?
No, I wouldn't even know where to begin on that, to be fair.
Oh, I honestly, I think that
I do feel like if I had a manager or someone, like anybody want to volunteer, to be my assistant, that'd be great. But no, I don't have the time,
yeah.
I barely have time to organise the events, let alone contact sponsors.
No, that's fair. But no, that would be actually a really interesting thing for you to do, especially because that would really help with a lot of the situations that's going around, especially these times. But having a sponsor, I mean, we've been kind of talking about sponsors ourselves, to be honest, Cobra.
Yeah.
I think it'd be worth at least looking into I'm just imagining like the one of the events is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Well, you know that's gonna.
Manscaping. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the usual 3 or 4 in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What's it? It's Raycon, Manscaped, Raid Shadow Legends. What's the next one?
HelloFresh.
That's the one. There's one.
I've not seen that.
VPN.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a strange indie one last week come through, and I was like, let me check this out. It was on Steam, and I looked at it, and it was like one person that was on it. I was like, do you know what? I'll leave that one. But there's some strange old ones about.
So before we continue on as well, so there was a bio you did post, and I do want to talk about that as well. Let me just get it up on my phone because apparently I'm not smart enough to get a third monitor. So just to discuss a little bit more, so this is the bio. Hey, everyone knows me as Ari or Ariana. I'm a mom first and foremost in life, but my second child is definitely DayZ. That's a mood, but yeah. I've been playing DayZ standalone since release and took to building a community on Twitch almost 7 years ago now. I've been passionate about this game since day one as community. I strive to showcase the vanilla core game, unlike most content creators within the DayZ community, and have recently started my own server called Extremely Vanilla, which I do want to talk about. I've had a whirlwind of a year creating events for the community, starting with Queens of the Castle 1 back in February, Queens of the Castle 2 in August, and then a double whammy at Kings of the Castle at the end of November. It's been amazing to see the huge range of players within these events, and I've really enjoyed discovering this side of DayZ. So, what got you into DayZ in the first place?
Well, I used to play Armour, so back in the day, Armour 2, Armour 3, and obviously, you know, Steam likes to share relevant games, and then
Yes.
it was telling me about the upcoming release of DayZ Standalone, and I was like, oh, and then I think I bought it like the day after it came out, and I haven't looked back, which is really quite depressing when I... How long is that? 9 years, yeah.
Yeah, that's
but yeah,
Yeah, it's about that.
yeah,
Jesus.
I know. But it's like nothing else, really. You know, it's an addiction for one for sure. But
Oh, absolutely. It absolutely
yeah,
is. And so, you know, you've been playing the game since then. What got you into wanting to start making your own content? I know other people's kind of like, you know, played the game for so long. You just want to share your experiences. I know the Running Man's talked about he just wanted to share videos with his friends and then got to that point. What about yourself?
well, I would just become a mum when I sort of started watching like people like Running Man and you know, Tope and that on Twitch, because I've been watching them on YouTube for years, but like I'd not really watched much Twitch. So I'd just become like a mum and I'd like a little baby or whatever, and I'd started watching those guys. I was like, oh, maybe I should do this because I'm stuck at home all the time, and I'm like, all I'm doing is looking after this kid that just sleeps all the time. You know, back then they did anyway, not so much anymore. But and so I thought I'd give it a go, and yeah, and you know, here we are, 7 years later.
Absolutely, and that's fantastic. And we've just been raided by B-Word. Hello.
Yeah, I've just seen that. Hey, how you doing?
Hello there, everyone. Thank you very much for coming to the stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the raid. Much love to you. But no, that's actually really fascinating. And you know, I can't even get my bloody word. You know what it is? It's been a long day at work. I had a snooze before the show started, and I woke up. I didn't even know where I was.
A midday snooze.
Oh,
it's a luxury, that is, isn't it?
Oh,
He's just getting old, isn't he? That's what that is, mate. How old are you now, lad? 20 what? Yeah, exactly.
20 something.
I know, mate. Tell me about it.
I'm 26. All right,
He's
sure.
snoozing.
26 and having a midday snooze.
Double his age.
Again, I slept for 3 hours. All right, sue me. Please don't. No, but no. I mean, so you've been playing the game for so many years. What has actually been your favorite patch? One that
My
just
favorite
brings
patch.
memories.
I don't know. I really loved 6.3. I just, you know, like, It's
That's
just
a
got a lot of
first.
it was probably like one of my like busiest times on DayZ. I played it a lot back then, and I only had one kid, so it was I had more free time. And I just played with a lot of friends, and I've got a lot of memories from those days. So it definitely holds a special place in my heart, for sure.
That is actually genuinely surprising. I don't think I've met anybody who has said 0.63 was their favorite patch.
Yeah. I'm old school, dude. What can I say?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, I think my favorite patch was 0.59, the first patch I was ever in. I loved that patch. I don't know what it was. No, DOJ, it's not 0.63 or 0.62. You. What about yourself, Cora? What was your favorite patch?
Do you know what? I'm just going to be really controversial here. The latest one to fix the vehicles. I mean, come on, the vehicles. How long has that been
Who
waited?
cares about vehicles?
Oh, Jesus. Do you know what? Every bloody body.
Nobody cares
everywhere.
about vehicles. Nobody cares about vehicles.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Slap me
right?
straight back down.
Eh, Lord. I will say I am happy the vehicles are fixed. They still need to be
Well, they're not, are they,
sorted
buddy?
out, but I mean, there's nothing quite like getting flung into the void at over 2 million miles per hour with all the sounds playing out all at once. I think it's fantastic.
I mean, I just don't get in cars, so that solves my problem.
What is
Kinda-
even to
kinda
this
sorts
day,
it.
wise choice.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the last time I got into a car a couple of weeks ago.
I didn't actually. I dare say.
There's yeah, I made a YouTube short actually. I ran a guy out.
So you've been out killing people, pretty much, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but it was just the timing because like I killed him and then the server restarted like literally a millisecond later.
Oh dear. Was he a
So-
freshie?
No,
No, he was geared as well. Oh shit.
I thought he was the top of a tree until he came across my bonnet.
Nice. And you couldn't even get the loot, could you? Oh, love it.
You
Did
have
you
to
end
watch
up-
it. It's funny as fuck.
Oh
Did
my
you
God.
stay in the car though when the server reset, or was you somewhere else after that little?
I was next to the car, I think, when I
Okay. So you didn't lose
Oh my
everything
God.
then.
yeah, it was fun.
Love it. You got to love it, in you. I'll have to have a look at this.
Yeah,
Where have
the
you got that, Ariana? Is that on your Twitter or
There's
is that
a
on your...
YouTube short for it. I did
there we
that, and there's a link. There's a full video on Twitter as well.
We're going to have a little look at that.
Absolutely. That's hilarious.
Have you got that, lad? Are you looking at it now?
I'm gonna get it right now.
Yeah, let's have a little look at this. Come on, let's get this up. See what kind of damage we're looking at here. How fast was you going?
Pretty fast. I couldn't stop in time when I noticed it was a person. Let's just say that.
You probably thought, you know what? Heck, who cares? Let's just keep going. It's too late to slow down. I'd end up dead myself.
You can see I do put the brake on. I just
did ya?
can't stop in time.
Right, yeah, let's have a look at this.
Seconds. Let me just sort out the browsers. For some reason it never saves when I work on it. God, I love OBS. I'll also post the shorts in the chat as well. So here it is.
Oh, he's actually running towards you as well. Excellent. There you go.
Trees don't run.
Yeah, but why was he running dead
Can I add
centre
that I'd
after?
had like 3 triple whiskeys at that point? Just want to put that out there.
Well, I'd
What?
go as far as saying, though, that isn't really you're doing, is it? He's running up the middle of the road, sees the car, and runs straight into the bonnet, I think. Watch that again, lad. Jesus.
Yeah, let's watch. I'll get that back up. I'll get that back up. It's just-
I thought from your original description, you deliberately gone and just taken this geezer out.
No, he just
Look.
came over the hill, dude.
Look, he sees you and he runs straight at you. What is going on? And it's server reset. Brilliant. Excellent. Oh, dear.
Oh, that is hilarious. Poor guy. It's just heartbreaking. He didn't get any of his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't drive for a reason, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, at least you got a kill.
Yeah, it's probably the
That's
first
the
one in about
positive.
3 months as well. So, it felt like I'd really earned it.
Oh Lord, yeah, Lordy Lord. And we never found out who he was. No, he's just a lone stranger out in the woods. Well, was a lone stranger out in the woods, I
Yeah,
suppose.
he's quit DayZ now. That's it. He's gone.
Give it
Uninstalled,
up.
be gone. So, obviously, you've had a lot of updates under your belt, and DayZ, we're getting another year of updates. What are your kind of thoughts on it? What are you kind of looking forward to seeing coming to the game? Or if you got any idea of like what you'd like to see in the game?
Well, I'd really like them to fix inertia because it just still feels like
Oh.
clunky. It's, I don't know. But apart from that, I want the bow back, man. I'm still pining after it after all these years, and I'll be pining after it until I'm dead, probably. But, that's that. And maybe some changes to Chinaris would be nice.
That, yeah, I would like to see more changes to Chinaris. Bows though, I don't understand the love and attention that the bows get. I'm just like,
It's just so much fun. There is nothing funner than like spawning in, getting a bow, and just running to the airfield and fucking about with it. It's just fun. Like,
That's
and
if you can actually hit anyone with it.
and it's great on the coast, and it's great for zombies too. Taking out zombies silently, it's brilliant for that.
I suppose, yeah, but I don't know. I mean,
You haven't killed a human with a bow in DayZ. It shows. Okay, I'm just.
I'm there as well. I've not either. No.
that is rude behaviour. How dare you? Do not call me out like that. I mean, is some people might reference in chat when it comes to like future updates. Oh, lads, Red 9 and whatever else. Because like I loved the Red 9.
It was a great gun, yeah.
It was fantastic. Please add that again. Please. But
I'm a simple woman, so give me a bow and I'll be happy.
That's all you need. That's it.
Yeah.
All sorted out. Scrap everything else. Balls.
Yeah, I would also like to see, let's say, some changes to Chinaris would be really nice because it could do with some tender loving care, I think.
What kind of changes? Yeah, exactly. I was going to say exactly the same. What kind of changes would you like to see?
I just like maybe like revamp some of the areas because it is like it's old and stale to a lot of people, I think, and it's not played as much. I mean, like there's variations of it that are played. Like Winter Chinaris seems to be quite popular, but like normal Chinaris doesn't just. I don't know, like unless it's like modded to the tits, it just doesn't seem to get the love that it deserves. And I feel like if it had a few maybe like changes to some of the areas that people haven't seen in a while, like Cherno got like a huge upgrade and a big update, didn't it?
Cherno got a few different versions, and I prefer 0.62 version Chinaris for Cherno, I should say, and not the versions we got after. 0.62 felt a lot bigger. It felt a lot more like an actual city. And I don't know which patch it was. I think it was 115 or 116 where the town on the east side of the map got completely overhauled. I think. The one next to the coast. It's just south of Berezino.
Oh, the one that got changed recently?
Yeah.
Nizhnoy.
I keep bloody forgetting the bloody name. I wanted to say Nizhnoy, but back in my mind was like, nah, it's not Nizhnoy, lad. It's not Nizhnoy.
Yeah, that's really cool, but that's like one little tiny place, and once you've seen it once, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like if they change like a few different spots, I feel like it would get maybe a little bit more attention again, because it would be nice to see.
I fully agree.
Yeah,
I fully agree. I think it's I think it would be nice to see, because I mean that town was changed to be like more one-to-one of the real life location, and it was done like really well. Having more locations done that way would be so nice to see. Do you think they'll ever add the bunker there though? I know they've said they won't, but do you ever think they'll U-turn on that and end up doing that at some point?
I don't think so. I think they'd probably keep it to
keep it to Livonia. And have you
Yeah,
played
keep
much
it-
of Livonia?
No, I can't. I just can't get to grips with the map. I just walk in circles, and I've got really bad directional skills in DayZ. Anyway, it's taken me 9 years to learn Chernarus, for goodness sake. But yeah, no, I've had a really good adventure on there with a couple of people not so long ago when it had its update, but I can't play it solo because I just get frustrated and walk around in circles and then just log out and dislike it even more. So. Which is not its fault because
No,
it's
no,
you
of
know, a lot
course.
of people enjoy it, but yeah, I just can't. Yeah, I've got a bit of a long left foot, I think, and I walk in circles quite often. So
No, that's fair enough. I mean, to be fair, it took me so long to learn Chernarus, and then I haven't even learned all of Livonia yet. I just go south and hope for the best.
yeah,
That's all. I get across the river and I'm like, right, if I keep going straight this direction, I keep the river behind me, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'll just find whatever I find, which is usually a bear and death. Eh, Lord. Okay. Oh, what the hell was that noise? Wait, I haven't heard that noise in a long time. Boydie 73 redeemed weeks and not months, goddamn you. Eh, Lord. Eh, Lord. So, you've played a lot of official. And I'd assume you've dabbled a little bit into the modded side of things.
yeah, I've played some. Obviously, when I team up with other people, they tend to play modded. So
Yeah.
I've tried a few things, but there's some ones I refuse. Like I refuse to do the dinosaurs. Like, why the fuck have we got dinosaurs in DayZ?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that irks me a little bit. That one, I'm like an old lady with that one. I don't know, just why, just why.
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. I think it's an interesting concept, and like talking purely technical side, it's fascinating to see that they've got some systems like that in place. But as a gameplay perspective, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the one with the spiders and the snakes and the
Yeah, I refuse.
and all of that sort of. I tried that one. That was interesting. But yeah, I think my favorite has got to be either Iztek or Banov because they're quite interesting to explore and they're quite like expansive, which is like Chernarus in a way, with the greenery and stuff. So I'm not a big fan of Namalsk and but the constant fires and stuff just doesn't work with my time constraints because I feel like I never get anywhere in my 3 hours that I've got to play. So,
well, that's it. Yeah, because when you don't have that much time, I mean, Namalsk is a time sink, and like, admittedly, that's one of my favorite maps. I'm making my own server for that map specifically. So I completely understand that. Banov is a really good map. I really enjoy it. Have you managed to find the Singularity Cannon yet?
No.
Oh.
No, I haven't. No.
I hope you do, because I helped make that.
That's another thing, though. Things like that, they take time. I like these. That's why, like Namalsk and all of these kind of like kind of quest type servers where you've got things to do. Like, do you know how long it took me to get to Lantier and stuff? Like, it was ridiculous. Because I just don't have 8 hours to sit and sink into the game. I wish I did, but I just don't. So,
to be honest, I still haven't gotten Lantier.
I died inside Lantier.
Didn't you get stuck there?
I got stuck, and the orb disappeared. I was suited, I'd looted, and it went before I could jump in. So I died. Yeah. So there you go.
That is rough. That is rough. But speaking about servers, you put in your bio that you started your own server called Extremely Vanilla, and how's that going?
Yeah, it's doing okay. I mean, it's only like a month old, so I mean, we have like a good regular player base on it, and had some fun on it, and it runs really well. Yeah,
and it's literally just a vanilla server. Nothing.
Well, there's been like I took base building off. I don't want base building because there's nothing like worse than running for 3 hours to find a building or a castle or whatever blocked up because some dickhead's built a base.
Yes.
Rude behaviour.
But yeah, so no, I turned off base building, but that's the only thing that's been changed on the whole. Yeah.
And players seem to be, quite receptive to that. They quite like that
There
change.
seems to be a small niche of DayZ players that seem to enjoy. I mean, we have like an average of like 10 people playing on a daily basis, so
We've got a little bit
it's
more on there right now. I've just looked. So you're
yeah,
doing
so
well.
it's it's got like a little small group of people that have started to kind of call it home, which is really cool. So
That is nice. That I bet you must have been really happy when you kind of like when those numbers started coming in and they were just staying regular.
yeah, and hearing all the stories and stuff, because we've got obviously our Discord is quite active, people telling stories of things that have been happening and them laughing over killing each other or whatever, so yeah, it's definitely really, really nice to see. And it's made the Discord more active and the community more like closer as well, which is nice to see.
That is nice. That is good. Have you I know we've talked about events and stuff like that, but have you ever kind of thought about like, mini events for that kind of server? Like you just think of like, I don't know, like a town crier and Gorka or something like that, and people have to come and do like a boxing event or something like
I
that.
haven't, but that's a cool idea. Yeah, no, I hadn't really thought about doing anything like that, but there's always the future, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, you've got plenty of experience as events now, so I think you'll be able to do it.
just a few under my wing, yeah.
Just a very few, yeah, just a few small ones, yeah. No,
We've had a question for you from over the on the chat there. T's just asked if you have tents and stashes on your server.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so you can do tent stashes, you can do barrels, and then everything else. You just can't build walls.
So it's essentially alpha, kind of like the way alpha used to run things.
Yeah.
That's actually good. I like that a lot.
I'll have to have a little look at that later at some point. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I think I'll have to. And if
maybe I was going to say, lad, maybe that might be the location of our next stream.
I think so. Actually. Yes, because we'll talk about it soon. But we played on a server last night, everybody, and it was a bit of a bad timing. I had a very interesting experience. But we'll be talking about that later.
Talk about it later.
So, what kind of like plans have you got with your server?
I don't really. I just wanted a vanilla home, to be fair. I mean, there isn't like a lot of vanilla choice in the community, so I just wanted somewhere that I could go on a daily basis that would be, I'd have a good ping and I could play and do my thing, because I'm quite a chill DayZ player anyway.
Yeah.
And I obviously don't get a lot of time, so I've been enjoying myself. I even dived into farming for the first time. All these years I've never farmed in DayZ.
Jeez.
So I even pulled out my hoe and made a little camp and did some farming for the first time.
Now that you've said it, I don't even know how the gardening mechanics work.
Exactly. I learned it all last week for the first time, and I was fascinated. It was amazing. It was quite a cool learning experience, because I'd just see all those like things like the garden lime and everything that you need in the sheds and just leave it alone. So
yeah, just let it do its thing. No, that is great though. That is absolutely fantastic, and overall, it seems to be an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. It was a bit stressful at first because I didn't know what I was doing, and the server kept randomly shutting down, and I was like, I have no idea like what all these things do, and people were complaining about things, and I was like, I actually don't I was looking in the XML files, and I was just like so confused because I didn't know what anything was.
Yeah.
But now I seem to have got a handle on things. So.
No, that's fantastic. That is good though. That's one thing I'm personally not looking forward to, is like stuff to do with the types and the loot economy. I'm like, oh god.
It looks like it's addictive though. Like once you start changing things, like once you start knowing what you can do to change things, you're like, oh, well, I could do that, or I could do that. And then it's like, okay, maybe this is not going to be vanilla as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, like loot boosted 50 times. Let's fucking go. No, that is great though. No, that is great. So fantastic. I'm wishing the server continues to do well. And, maybe in the future that those kind of like, mini event ideas get brought up by yourself or even the community. Have you ever do you think it would be a good idea for maybe some dedicated players in the community to host those kind of events on your server?
Yeah, I mean, that's always something we could look into in the future for sure.
Mm.
I mean, I know that for the next event for War of the Women, I'm gonna host another server myself, so I'll have a second one because there's people that are like got homes built on my server now,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be like shutting it down and wiping it and stuff and
Yeah,
interrupting
yeah.
their
Yeah.
experience. So, another server is it's been hosted for that, so I'll have a dedicated event server at least for a little while. So make the most of that, of course.
I mean,
Get
you
my
gotta
money's
make.
worth.
I was
You
literally
know.
just about to say, you gotta get your money's worth. Absolutely. Oh no, that is good. That is I am really excited to see. Cobra, but definitely gonna have to check out the server and see what's what.
I think that's a good call, mate. Good call for our next one. I'm thinking.
So with 2023 coming up, and we already know about one event that you're going to sort out and get done. Have you got any more in mind, or are you thinking about taking a break at all, or?
No,
Oh, of course.
no. That's just for the wicked, right? Yeah, no, so we're gonna do Kings and Queens of the Castle again in the summer. I'm not sure how I'm gonna work it, whether I'll do because obviously there is a lot more men than there is women. I don't know if I can get enough women to fill 2 days like I could the men. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, just purely because there's,
Yeah.
probably not that amount of women. Plus, obviously, getting everybody in the same place at the same time
Yeah.
is a challenge. So yeah, whether I do one day of each or whether I do one weekend of each or whatever, they'll be in the summer sometime. And then I've got a mixed event planned towards the end of the year. And that is me. That is it. I promise.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I heavily doubt that.
No, we'll see.
We'll absolutely see. No, that's great. And yeah, because you've been spotlighted quite a few times in the community spotlight that DayZ hosts.
I
saw
have.
that a few times. That must have been a nice feeling though. Like,
Yeah,
all this work.
they've always been really, really supportive of me. Always throughout the years. So I'm very lucky to have that. I don't know why, because I'm just little old me. But even a few years ago, I was in the spotlight for various things. So Batty and Scott and everybody have always been super supportive of me over the years. So very lucky in that aspect.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I miss the old like community managers, like especially Batty. I thought they were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, she was more of a friend than to me. Batty was. She was great. She was great. Yeah. So
yeah. Yeah, did you ever keep in touch with her or anything like that?
Yeah, I was still from time to time send her a message and see how she's doing.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's actually fantastic, bro. Awesome. I hope there. Can't fucking talk. I hope she's keeping well. I hope she is keeping well. But yeah, no. So events is going to be pretty interesting this year. That's going to be really exciting. Have you got any
hopefully.
more ideas for the coming year? Because obviously, you do quite a lot of, you do streaming as much as you can. Obviously, considering your time schedules.
Yeah.
Have you got any more plans in regards to that? Is it just full steam ahead?
Yeah, just keep doing my thing, streaming in the mornings when the kids are at school, and then the events on the weekends when they come around, and see what happens. I mean, it'd be nice to, maybe get onto YouTube next year and actually finally get that done, because I've got maybe 3 YouTube videos and 1 YouTube short, and it's been it's a bit sad. It's a bit sad looking over on YouTube.
Well, it's good that we've plugged it in the description of this in this stream. So everybody, please go ahead, follow, subscribe to Ariana in all of the socials, please. It'll be absolutely fantastic for her, and give her a good push. So you're thinking about like moving over to YouTube away from Twitch?
Not moving, but just trying to do it and get more content out on there, whether it be shorts or more videos or something. I mean, I wanted to do the end of 2022 and try and get some Kings of the Castle footage out, because I've seen videos posted from loads of people, and I created the thing and I've not done anything so I should probably do something. I've got 12 hours of footage that I could sit and edit into something, but it's just finding the time again.
Well, that's
like I said, anybody want to be my assistant? I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'll
getting
pay.
it.
Get
I'll
yourself
pay in
an editor.
cookies. I don't have any money, but I'll give you cookies and chocolate coins. Maybe it's Christmas, you know. So.
Oh hell yes. God. Is it going to be a busy Christmas for you with the kids and the family?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be too crazy. Just got my parents coming to stay, so
Nice.
hopefully not too mad this year.
Fingers crossed. What about yourself, Cobra? Is Christmas going to be busy?
Yeah, I've got a big family. They're all coming round. So the normal mother-in-law, father-in-law, both sides. Kids everywhere.
You
I'm gonna
sound
have a
so
great time
excited.
because I'll sit there and bloody cook, mate. Because that's how I deal with it. So there you go. So yeah.
Yeah. God. What do you guys do for like your Christmas dinner? Like, what do you guys get?
Go on, you go first, Ariana. Go on.
What was in what meat do we eat or
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Like,
You're like,
yeah.
what do you do for your Christmas dinner? Yeah, because so many
Well,
different people.
I do a beef slow cooked in apple juice, which is
Apple
like,
juice.
yeah, it's like the meat just falls apart, dude. It's incredible.
Sounds
Right.
nice.
It's like
Okay.
meat slow cooked in apple juice, and then I do it with like roast potatoes, obviously, and your veg and everything. Trust
I've
me, it like melts in your mouth. So
I've
it's
I've never heard of it being done in apple juice. I might have to try that one day.
yeah, just get a big huge joint of beef, put it in the slow cooker, 2 liters of apple juice, leave it to cook for 8 hours, and it is divine.
Yeah, I'm convinced I'm gonna have to try that one day.
Just trust me.
What about yourself, Cobra?
We have a kind of a selection, so it's going to be a bit of beef, a bit of turkey, a bit of lamb, and then it's all just chucked all in. I don't know, chucked all in and left there for 2 days, ready to fall off the bone, kind of thing. So
Oh yes. I mean, we typically have our Christmas dinner. We kind of like have a slow cooked beef, slow cooked beef dinner, and then on Boxing Day, we'll go to my grandmother's house to have Boxing Day dinner. And oh boy, it's rough.
I thought you decided complete bloody opposite there, mate.
No, it is rough because so much food in so little time. It's crazy. She ends up doing like a proper big. We've got beef.
A
we've got
coma for
turkey.
days.
Oh, honestly, it is just the days I get off like from work for the Christmas holiday. It's like gone in an instant because it's of the food coma. It is, Lord. But no, I do hope that Christmas does go well for yourself, Ariana. I know things have been. I mean, we're all based in the UK and it's all been a bit rough, but I'm always wishing
it.
Just a little bit, just
a bit of shit.
But I am wishing you the absolute best Christmas and a happy New Year.
You too, thank you.
Are you coming to the Christmas episode next week?
Don't know, am I?
Well, you can if you want. I mean, it's completely up to you. Because we will typically do like the giveaways and whatever else, and everybody that we've invited onto the show, they're like kind of like free to just come back anytime, like during the show, even if you can only be in for like a few minutes or a few hours, whatever. Absolutely feel free to come back. Even after the show, you can come back anytime.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, so what have we talked about? We've talked about a lot of stuff. DayZ experience. What's kind of been like the most iconic moment in DayZ for you, apart from running over a guy with a car?
I don't know. I guess it's just been the support from all like the really, really big guys, over the years. Like I've had a lot of support from Taupe and from the Running Man, and like I'll always never forget the smoke raid that I had. That was just out of this world, I think my stats still say my highest concurrent number was like 3,000 people because he just raided me with like,
Jesus Christ.
Love it.
That was Valentine's Day 2 years ago or something.
Oh wow. Okay.
just things like that. Like, when like recently, Sada, I'm sure you know Sada and
Yeah,
Frankie
Sada,
from he's been coming in my chat and talking to me, and he said we wanted to team up, and I'm like, that guy's like a legend. Like, like I used to watch his YouTube videos, and like, and
Yeah.
for me that's just insane. Like, like just little old me, like. I've idolized all these people for years. Like, you've got Amish said and stuff, and they like talk to me like I'm their friend, and I'm just like, this is just bizarre.
It must be weird.
It's just a bizarre world to be living in, that that these people give me the time of day. So yeah, it's madness.
I mean, honestly, it's absolutely worth it. You're doing absolutely fantastically. You're doing brilliant.
Thank you.
You genuinely are, especially like this past year, with not only the events but all the streams that you've been doing, and just it's great to see you continuing to strive and you're just building up your community more and more. And I'm proud of you. It's brilliant.
Thanks, man. That's really kind.
And I'm everybody that we get on the show, different like content creators, modders, and that. It's always nice to see them doing well and to do what they enjoy, and to have not only the community but the family support you. And you got married as well, which I saw in those pictures were adorable.
Thank you.
And your husband supports you a lot, I'd imagine, as well.
Yeah, it would be crazy not to.
Yeah, got much choice then, does he?
Well, there you go.
By the sounds of it, there you go.
There you go. You will support me. Bless. No, that is great. That is absolutely great. I want to ask chat if chat has any questions for yourself. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Sometimes
But no one says anything. Awkward
Sometimes
silence.
Just that. I mean, not gonna lie, that has actually happened before. And I'm like, right, okay. Nobody wants to ask anything. Yeah, let's just move on. Lord, no, but it's. I always like to kind of like do these kind of like little Q&A, because people might have questions that we've never thought of, or they just want to to just talk to you about. Like Global here says, thanks for being someone female DayZ players can look up to.
Oh.
Really, really nice feedback. That.
Well, yeah, that's so what I mean. Like things like that, though, like it's just insane to me, because it was never like my intention to be like this idol to the ladies. You know what I mean? Like, and somehow that's happened.
Mm.
It just is bizarre to me. So yeah, I don't know. Thank you.
Oh, bless. And we got one from Attrition that says, what's superior, tacos or pizza?
Pizza every damn day.
Yeah, it's got to be pizza.
Yeah, you can't not gotta be pizza.
Absolutely. When you were broadcasting this is what Michael asks here. When you were broadcasting the Kings of the Castle, how in the world did you stay so patient when everybody were being pains in the ass and trying to tell you how to do everything?
Was I? I felt like I lost my shit. I felt like I really, honestly, at one point I remember saying, you want to come fucking sit in my chair and do my fucking job? So I don't think I did at all. But yeah, I don't know how any of the big streamers do it. That day, I swore down I would never want to be like Running Man size or anything, because it was just relentless. Like, it was just the same thing over and over again in chat. I don't know how anyone does it. And I don't know how I did stay patient. So thank you. I guess I did. Maybe.
You did well. You did well, honestly. You really did. Slytherin says, I ask Ari questions all the time about Britishisms.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
What kind of questions has they been asking you, I dare think?
Just makes me say things. Like, what was this morning? Crumpets. I don't know. Maybe I just have like a way of saying things. Crumpets.
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 It's just a word. It's just a word.
It's the way we say it, though, isn't it? He's American, isn't he?
So. Yeah. Lord. Attrition says, my heart just broke like a hard shell taco.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I'm just very American. I don't understand these things. Well, that just sounds like a skill issue. That's just unfortunate. But yes. So, I don't know what's actually been going on in the community this week. It's been a bit of a slow week, actually.
Yeah, I've not seen a lot, mate. I've not seen
There's
a
a
lot
few
at all.
events being planned and stuff. I've seen a few things.
What have you seen? Because I must have
So I know
completely missed
Sunny's doing have you seen the YOLO event? Solo YOLO?
Solo you.
So she's creating an event that's just a solo event. And she's doing a test for it next week, next Saturday, I think it was, the 17th.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that right now. Actually, what was their name again? Sorry, Ari.
Senny.
Any. What's the name on Twitter?
I think it's Senny MJ. I can link you if you give me a sec.
Absolutely, thank you.
There you go. SENIMJ.
Chat being absolute chats. Thank you. That might be why I haven't seen it. The tweets are protected, so I couldn't see them. That's fine. No, it is what it is. But I'm actually quite interested in that. So it's solo YOLO event. Okay.
Yeah. So I know I've seen that, and then who else did I see? Someone else is doing an event as well this weekend. Is it B-word? No. Yeah? Oh god. This is what happens when I scroll the internet at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I know I see things and I can't remember who posted them.
Honestly, yeah, that's a mood. Christmas is tech is a thing now, apparently. Old Man Birch, Boad, B-word.
Yeah, Sunday's Freshy Thunderdome.
Sounds an interesting title there.
Why am I always missing these? God damn it, my bloody
I linked
job.
you to that as well.
Thank you, much appreciated there. I'm gonna get that up. Oh yes, I've got it on Twitter here. Final playlist for Sunday's Freshie Thunderdome. Oh my lord, that is a list and a half. Oh, that's gonna be spicy. So, are you able to tell us just a little bit about this? What do you know about this event?
I don't really. I assume it's I've seen one like that before, the Freshy Thunderdome, where it's they all get into a big building and they just box each other. But I don't know if it's the same idea.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he only posted about. Well, I only saw it the beginning of the week, I think, and then I said the playlist went up this morning. I think it was.
Right. So I just get that busy with a lot of different things. I miss things.
Well, there's a lot going on, man. You can't expect to be remembered about everything.
I must remember everything. Lord. People saying that I've been blocked by Sunny. No, I haven't. Shut up. Bless. But yeah, no, we've been trying to keep on top of what has been going on in the community. Something that has been going on. We'll kind of talked a little bit just before the show started, and it's AI art is starting to be used quite a lot more with streamers for thumbnails and stuff like that. You've tried it a little bit yourself, haven't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And what's the results been so far? I know you posted the kind of art style that's kind of in the image of yourself.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'll be interested to see what you can do with it when you kind of figure out how it works. Because at the moment, I think certain words kind of throw the whole algorithm off, and then you get something really ugly, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" So yeah, it's definitely a sort of trial and error. But I think you could especially for YouTubers, it could be really handy for thumbnails and things.
Yeah, I've seen people kind of talk about it, saying that they might use it for at least templates to get good ideas, which is a great tool, I think. If you're just struggling to picture it in your head.
The only thing, like I say, I worry about is getting in trouble for using someone else's art, because there has been instances where you can see other people's art within the image. So you'd have to be careful and make sure that you're not going to get any, lawsuits on your ass for using someone else's artwork.
Yeah, that's the thing with AI art. It's it is a spicy topic, and there's a lot of different viewpoints about it. Cobra, I'd love to know a little bit about what you think.
Well, I was funny enough. I had a chat with Marks earlier today, a couple of hours before the show. He posted up some art from one of the things he was looking at, AI assistants, and there were some really good results. He's posted a couple of pictures on his Twitter feed. So I shot him a little message and said to him, "Look, mate, what exactly are you using here?" And he sent me some details over. So I'm gonna have a little look at this, because I think what Ariana's just said is absolutely right. I think thumbnails is definitely, it's going to change things for that on YouTube. So that's kind of how I intend to have a little look at it. So yeah, there's just so much really good quality stuff out there on that I've only just started to scratch the surface. So I think watch this space for a lot of people. I think that's going to be heavily used.
Oh,
Agreed.
I think it will be. I think personally, I think as long as it's used for a tool,
Yeah.
to kind of like inspire you for your own original kind of like things, like like I said, people maybe using it as to kind of like get a framework of what they want to work on, then there you go. But yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one. But people seem to enjoy it. Some people in the community seem to be really getting into it, which is, it's something new. And with everything new, there's always going to be ramifications. There's always going to be pros, cons to it. I guess it's just a matter of how you use it, I suppose.
I guess because this is quite new, and I think some of the questions that I'm sure the chat will start putting up shortly is what kind of how first of all, how can you get hold of this? So Ariana, what link have you kind of gone through with that? Is it
I
someone we
was
recommend?
using apps in the Play Store that were
Okay.
recommended. Yeah.
Were you looking apocalyptic type stuff, or what was your
Yeah,
keyword?
yeah. So like apocalyptic survival, hunter, gatherer, that type of like, sort of phrasing. But like it seemed post-apocalyptic generally just turned whatever image of person, if you're using a person or whatever, to a zombie. It didn't seem to like have any sort of creativity to that word. So you'd have to try and like, rephrase it to get less. Because I don't know, some of the words are really like triggering it to be really ugly. There was some really scary ones that came up, but I think with a lot of patience and time, you could get some really cool results.
Yeah, I bet. For instance, Ariana, what did you type in for your image of yourself? What did you actually do with that?
So I did like description of myself, so my height, my it's like body type, and then like my hair color and eye color and stuff. So just kind of broke it down. It's descriptive. You think the idea is to be as descriptive as possible.
Yeah.
To allow it to
I mean,
generate.
it's a good result as well, isn't it? I mean, I do like that.
Looks nothing like me, but the hair's cool and the body armor's cool. So
well, the hair looks alright. Yeah. It's a little bit longer than your hair, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Only a little bit.
Just a smidge.
But no, it's a cool concept, and I think it's definitely worth.
Yeah, so like that one was like like I described the woods as well, so like trees in the background and like like things like that. So, but again, I think it's the more you write, I think it gets a bit confused as well, because I was trying like to describe like a particular scene, like I wanted like a crashed helicopter in it. I was trying to get that, and it was freaking out on me. It didn't like that so much.
It's just typical.
Limit to 10 words maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I know some people they like essentially write paragraphs just describing.
Yeah, that's what I tried, but it seemed to prefer it like kind of broken down and then like comma and then another word and then comma, rather than like trying to actually fully describe something.
Yeah.
Because I know some people like I know some were doing like being like a photorealistic shots, and then like camera brands, and then just like describing the scene a little bit. I've tried a little bit with Med Journey through Discord. One of the other Discords I'm in, we had a channel dedicated to it. We've got like 23 renders. And it was very interesting to see. And we obviously used it to create many shitposts and just memes and stuff. But we did experiment quite a lot with it. And it's an interesting tool to see. And it's quite interesting to see kind of like what it can come up with. But it's also kind of scary at the same time. To me, it is, at least.
Yeah.
What are you scared about, lad?
They're going to take over the world.
I was
mate,
saying that
that's
this
gonna happen
morning.
anyway.
I was saying that this morning on stream. I like, the rise of the robots and shit. Man, it freaks me out a little bit too. I'm not gonna lie, but
Just got to listen to Elon a little bit, and he sets out the new world order for you, doesn't he? So
Oh, hell yeah. Praise Elon, yeah.
yeah, I've been listening to a little bit of that. It doesn't look promising, for us.
It's fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Anyway, I think we'll be all right in our lifetimes, possibly, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll be all right. AI sent me here. Hey.
Yeah, I was going to say I just read that.
Yeah, sort of place. Hello, Jamie Clifton saying hey from Virginia. Hello from Britain. Hope everybody in chat is doing well tonight. If you want to support the show, please click down on the description below to get access to our socials. Our Discord is all there. If you want to support the team, Pally G, right down there. And if you want to get involved in the conversations, join the Discord. We'll be happy to have you. AI art can be, like I said, it can be very, very interesting. But I think even working on like just concepts, it will probably be the best thing to do. But I've ran out of free Midjourney uses, so fuck. We'll see what I can.
Yeah, I got no credits left on anything.
I'm
Not
close.
paying for that shit. I'm too broke for that.
No, yeah, that is an absolute mood. Lord. But yeah, Cobra, is there anything you kind of like want to talk about?
Not really in relation to that AI type stuff. I think we've kind of covered that. I think interestingly enough, definitely one for the future.
Absolutely, no problem at all. Ariana, is there anything that you kind of like want to talk about? Anything you kind of like seeing that's more interesting in the community? Just something that you kind of want to like, just.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm gonna have to love and leave you. I hear a child screaming, unfortunately.
No, that's perfectly fine. It's been an absolute honor having you on. I really do appreciate.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Sorry it took me 7 years to finally get to get here. I'm sure Boydie was like, "Thank fuck for that." Got here in the end.
Absolutely. And anytime you want to come back on, especially after the new event is over and done with, I'd love to get you back on to talk to you about the experience running that and see how things go.
I'd love that. That'd be cool.
Fantastic. Get that.
You guys take care. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
You as well. Have a good night.
Have fun.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
All right.
That was lovely. She's lovely. GG.
Yeah, she's really nice. Really nice. Catching up with her. Absolutely. I do think though, lad. I think we do need to take a look at that server she's got going.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, I've been wanting to kind of like get on it as much as I can, but time schedules, it is difficult, and I when Ariana's talking about like the limited time for streaming and that, I get that a lot. I've got a lot of respect for her, and I'm really happy that she is doing the work for the women content creators out there. But not only that, but it's making, in my opinion, more women in the DayZ community feel a lot more appreciated and valued, because there is, in any community, there's always concern there.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I agree. I've noticed in my community. So we've got quite a lot of females over the last 6 months that have joined, and I have a great old time. Yeah, always on the streams, always supportive, and I've seen quite a few of them now. And the great thing is, I see quite a few of the females kind of community building their own stream setups again, joining the DayZ type community, and I think it's growing, massively growing. I mean, my analytics have gone up for female kind of viewers by at least 10% in the last 6 months, which is great. So I think she's doing an amazing job, and long may it continue.
Absolutely. And everybody who's coming to the chat, recognize some familiar names coming in. Sada players, it's totally not. Oh my god, it's Sada. But everybody, please do check out her socials, check out her channel, support her.
Absolutely.
If there's anybody in this DayZ community that deserves the love and support, it is definitely her.
Yeah.
And wishing her the absolute best in her future endeavors. And fab. Can't wait to see. But yes, speaking about servers.
Oh, here we go.
So, a few weeks ago, we kind of talked about an idea that we proposed to the community about doing kind of like a weekly server review. So we sat down, we kind of discussed it, and went for it. And we picked a server. It was Ceasefire RP, something that we talked about before, kind of passionate about. Yeah. I'd like to preface everything we'll talk about now is that we caught it at the worst time because it was a day before wipe. So just want to let you guys know about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the first like half an hour or so, we did run into quite a few people. We had about 5 or 6 interactions, didn't we? We've caught up with some groups.
You
sheriff.
did.
Well, I did, because I started off in Berezino, and all around that kind of area there is quite a bit of activity. But we did see some great setups and great builds. It looked like some bloody dungeons and all kinds of stuff going on up there. Some crazy stuff going on, but we did hit it at the wrong time. So I think the stream we did was 2 and a bit hours. I think 2 hours 15 minutes in the end.
Something like that.
But it was just unfortunate, because this is a server that I have played over a long period of time, not all the time. So I've been playing for about 2 years, and I hadn't actually been on it for about 6 months. But from what I remember, that thing was popping all the time, full all the time. Great communities on there, great roleplay situations going on. All kinds of things getting held up. You'll be holding up people, obviously that turns into potential gunfights, kidnapping, and whatever else. But unfortunately for us, last night, there wasn't an awful lot going on, was there?
No. I only ran into one person, and that was at Devil's Castle with you. And
That's
they were
right.
blasting the music.
Oh, bloody hell. Rick Ashley, wasn't it? He was playing bloody Rick Ashley.
Yeah, and then you decided to shoot in the air right next to the door.
Well, I thought I'd have to liven the party up. And I think he did shoot himself a little bit, because he did come out with his gun in his hand.
Yeah, he did. And I'm just like, oh my fucking god. Here we go. Here come the real bricks.
Yeah. I was actually prepared to get banned, because it was at a point where... It was at a point though, mate, where nothing was happening. So I was like, do you know what? Maybe we ought to liven things up a little bit. So,
just a little bit, yeah. So,
oh well.
In terms of the modding side, it was very interesting. The server has an extensive mod list, but they've got content in there that really does involve you, I guess you can say, into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
We only saw maybe under 10 infected in the entire server, which I wasn't too sure what to think about that. But it was an interesting take on it. The infected had like glowing eyes, which was quite interesting.
Yeah. That one by the hospital in where was it? Snow? Was it Severgrad? It was Severgrad, wasn't it? Yeah.
The loot was again day before wipe.
Yeah,
It
It's
was
normally a lot better than that, though. We didn't really find
Mm.
anything, did we?
we didn't know. It took me ages to find a suitable gun, and I could understand if a server's trying to go for more. It's going to be very difficult for you to survive and whatnot, but it wasn't really that hard. It wasn't that hard to get going. At least in my playthrough. I know you were struggling a little bit. You got on red, hunger and.
It was
thirst at
just,
one
I
point.
mean, I searched pretty much the whole of Berezino,
Yeah.
and there was just no food at all,
Mhm.
and no one in that area. So, I mean, it was, I guess, because they have obviously changed over to the winter map at the
Yeah.
moment for the Christmas season. So I do get it. They've gone for a bit more hardcore survival. I understand that, but it's just very, very different from what I remember, and I played that for 2 years. So it was. I was expecting to show off a lot of the good stuff on that stream
Mhm.
that I know they do. I mean, I am aware that about 6 months ago they did have the little laptop with CCTV footage you could put up on your base and all that kind of stuff.
See, I love
Um,
stuff like that. I
it
love
was
it.
great. It was really good, but then they got rid of it as I ended my last time on there a little while ago. So I was quite surprised to see quite a lot of the stuff that was there then was no longer now.
Mhm.
So
Most likely due to like updating and breaking mods and maybe not knowing
yeah,
how to
yeah,
fix
yeah,
them. It happens all the time with other servers in other communities and just mods in general. I mean, Monghard, for example, has been updating like over a year or two, and that mod is broken to shit, but people still use it. People still
yeah,
use it.
yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
I
But
mean, there is a lot of good stuff on that server. There's a lot of good
oh, there
stuff on it.
was. Yeah, there absolutely was. I mean, you got into Gorka, and it was just like it was popping. There was so many people there.
Yeah, yeah,
They had
yeah.
certain. They got the base building on going there. You had trades, and it seemed pretty busy there. But then,
Well,
yeah,
yeah. As you move forward, because they did have, they were obviously full RP in at that point in that area. So you had the sheriff's department, you had the obviously officers involved, but you had the gun shop, which was interesting. I met that guy who pretended he wasn't part of the gun shop because I was a new individual with a bit of a dodgy background story. So,
yeah, just
so that was
slightly,
that. I brought out James for that one. So James
but
isn't very very nice. So anyway, but no, I mean after that though, it was hard work, wasn't it?
it was very hard work, and then it got to the point towards the end of the night we got into Severograd, and there wasn't that much then. It was just like we just kind of decided, yeah, let's just cut it and then log
Shoot
off
each
and
other.
buy. Yeah, well, I shot you.
Well, I mean, I don't mind ending the stream that way. I really
Yeah.
don't. I think it's quite it's quite a nice way to go out, isn't it?
Mhm.
I wouldn't want to respawn at some point 3 months later with a load of shit I didn't remember even having. So
Happens all the time to me on experimental.
yeah. So
But would I say I would not recommend the server?
I don't think you can say that, mate.
No.
I wouldn't, definitely not. I mean, I think I know what it's like. That's the winning feature for me. I know how
Mhm.
good that server can be. We've caught it
Yeah.
at a bit of a bad time last night. So
Well, that's it. We did. So I do want to go back before we can, or at least I can make more of an informed opinion on it. But I think it was definitely a good, apart from the negative experience on the service side, I think it was a good experience to at least, try out doing these kind of like server things. And it was fun. Your chat is hilarious. I love your chat.
yeah, I just make up random shit, don't I? On an RP server, anyway.
Yeah.
Especially on an RP server.
It
But
just blends well.
the base build on there was good, wasn't it? It was
we,
really good.
We got to Zenit Market and it was just like, this is a bit off. That's where all those buildings were in that field. It was Zenit Market, and it was just like, it was very weird to be in there. Because just for context, for people who wasn't watching the stream, there was so many like different kinds of buildings built around there, and there wasn't a soul in sight whatsoever. We kept hearing like gunshots way off in the distance.
Yeah.
But it was just...
It looked like an actual, and I've never seen one built before, but an actual whole area dedicated to cannibals. So it had that kind of feel. So it was Dark Skies Winter Edition, obviously, so snow everywhere. Christmas lights all around most of the buildings. They had the lighting mods on, but there was just these extravagantly well-built base builds that looked, to be fair, like real, there's some real hard hours and hours and hours worth of work put on into that. Balconies, bloody lodges, but then you had cages pretty much around everything. See-through wire cages that you'll see on the new base building mods anyway. And it just looked very, we've got a team of a whole town of cannibals there. That's what it looked like to me. But for our sake, they weren't there. So
thank God. Although
we would have been in trouble.
Kind of were.
Maybe what that was. Maybe that was the dodgy type area on the entire map. Maybe that's where they took their prisoners and whatever else. So
yeah, they must have been out on break or something like that, and we just kind of waltz in.
Yeah. Well,
but I definitely do want to give the server another try after the wipe. I think you said earlier on that the server's been wiped today.
I think it's due, if it's not already, any time now. If it isn't today, I think it's around today, somewhere nearby.
So I think it would be worth to give it at least one more try. But I think the next server we'll play to kind of like review or whatever is TheArriana server.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I'd like to go and see what that's about. It is actually official, isn't it? So
So
R1,
yeah. So I think it'll be pretty interesting. I think we can probably work something like that out over the next week or weekend or whatever. But if there's any servers anybody in chat would like us to check out to do kind of like these server reviews, let us know in the Discord. Again, it's down in the description below. Get yourself in there, get yourself involved in the conversation. I love saying that. And just let us know your thoughts. Even if you're just watching this on the VOD, please let us know in the comments down below. And we always read. It's extremely vanilla, exactly. Emphasis
it is, John. Yes. That's what it's called.
But just let us know your thoughts. We do try to read all comments that are posted, and we do try and respond to them as much as we can. So just let us know. But it's funny that you say that. Did anyone see the gingerbread mod on Twitter where it starts small and gets larger and attacks you? So
did you see it or not?
I wanted to showcase it because of Scale Speed had done a video on it, and a lot of people talking about it. So I purposely left it blind. I don't know a thing about it.
I've not played it. I've not seen it.
So all I know is that it was done by Hunter Z, who made the dog mod. Absolutely fantastic. Love the content that he makes. So this is the Steam page. Pernisek or Pernikek or whatever. Got the obviously gingerbread. It looks very familiar. I wonder what movie that's from. I'll put the link down in chat of the Steam page. But it does have a couple of videos here. One from YouTube. I'm just going to turn our cameras off on OBS because they are misaligned. I need to set that up actually at one point. So I'll get the video up on YouTube. I'll also post that in the link. I'll post the link down below. I can't talk tonight. Jesus Christ, I definitely need.
You've been on that Iron Brew, haven't you?
I need the Iron Brew, boy. I've been dying for it all day. That's actually quite sad. So this is the video. He's got the old Mr. Bill look from Saturday Night Live, like 30 years ago. Shut up.
That looks like the character Ariana run over earlier.
So here's the video, guys. Let's see what this is like.
There it is. Is it walking?
It's got the infected Vulcan, yeah. Oh!
Oh shit. The fuck's that? Shit.
Oh,
Oh no. Bloody crawler, and it's faster than your character as well.
somebody said it grows.
I think that is bigger than it was. Surely, that is bigger than it was. It must be.
Gotta be.
Can you pick it up?
No, not when it's dead. But there's a second video by Scale Speeder, and it's a 6-minute long video. We won't watch the full thing, but I'll post it in chat as well. We'll watch a little bit of it.
Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ.
Yeah, that don't look too good, mate, to be fair. I won't be getting hold of that anytime soon. I'll tell you that. I don't think Global agrees.
I'm going to show you
No,
how to
absolutely
install it on your server. So, what have we...
That looks like something from a bloody horror film.
Well, it appears we've got a couple of little...
We've got two.
Gingerbread men.
So what if you just shoot them without
let's put
throwing
that
them?
away.
Does that do the
don't
same
know.
thing?
Let's,
I don't know.
pick one of these up. Let's have a look. Here he is. Look at this cute little fella. Fantastic.
Okay. So you've got to throw them.
And let's oh, we can eat him. So let's eat some of him.
Yeah, it appears that way. Look.
We're not
Or you got to
really
eat a little bit and then
we're not
throw it
really
or something.
gingerbread
Maybe,
people.
yeah.
So let's throw him away because we don't want him. We don't want him.
There you go.
Let's
And
see
it just
what happens.
goes
Wait a
mad.
minute.
Get your gun out
He's
quickly,
alive.
I would straight away. Look. There you go. Look, it's running.
And you may have wondered
What is
why
that? It looks
they've
like
got
bloody Chucky or
6
something,
feet.
doesn't it?
And I'll tell
What
you
is
why.
going on here?
Closer.
So you must set it off if you get close enough.
Here we go.
It's going to start going ape shit in a minute, isn't it?
No,
Oh, here we go.
no.
Here we go.
Leave him alone.
What is that?
He is
Fucking
a
hell.
zombie who will attack you.
I'll take it that damages.
Why is this not added for the Christmas event, DayZ?
Yeah, hell.
can hit him.
You can't even hit it, look.
Oh my god!
Evil.
Is that bugged?
I think
Some-
Scale's just not.
It just can't hit it. Yeah. Look how fast it is.
That is cursed. Please delete. Nope.
There's something not right here.
Oh
is there?
no!
There you go. He's hit it after about 50
It's
shots, and it's still going. It's still fucking going. Is that in the background? Is that a zombie?
Die.
So does it die then, or what?
It
'Cause
it
the
does
first one
die.
did.
Yeah.
Look, the zombies are straight down.
I
What is
yeah, I
going on
think it's
there?
just because of the fire geometry, the collisions, and whatever else.
Alright,
Since
nah,
it's
screw
a
that.
smaller object.
Yeah, screw that, mate.
Oh.
Nah, not interested. Don't want that. That's like the stuff of nightmares, isn't it? That is.
Could be worse. Could be spiders.
Oh, I'd rather a spider than that. Hard to hit. Yeah, I know, Red Falcon. Yeah, I know. Oh dear.
That's class, though. That is absolutely class. I mean, I'll definitely recommend like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's scale now.
Sour, hey,
Oh
Scale.
shit.
Sour has said that he's got it on 3 of his servers, so do check them out if you want to
Yeah.
have fun with a little gingerbread man. But
Could you imagine them right on official servers or something? Or something
That's
similar like that.
That's what I was saying. Just like, oh my
shit.
god! Just imagine if all the infected were replaced with just like gingerbread men or gingerbread elves or something like that. Oh my god!
Oh dear. Imagine setting
Snakes?
like 3 of them off. Fucking hell.
Snakes in DayZ. Thoughts?
Snakes?
Oh,
Well, you pretty much got
snakes.
everything else, haven't we? So,
Fuck it, why not at this point?
at this point, yeah.
Add
Surprised we're
an
not
answer for
flying around, to be fair. Like in a like a little fly suit rather than helicopters. But
Oh hell yeah, dude! Hell yeah! Let's go and go.
Imagine that.
Absolutely.
There you go, devs. No, don't do that. Don't do that. God
Add
almighty.
flight suits in DayZ. Let's
Flight
go.
suits.
Jetpacks. That's what we want. Jetpacks.
Yeah. Oh, someone's gonna make that if they're not already.
You know what? I'm modding. I'm surprised no one has actually done jetpacks. Then again, they might have.
Yeah.
Who bloody knows? I know expansion was doing like parachutes, but that didn't.
Yeah. That didn't. Yeah, that hasn't
Like
really. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Iron Man. There you go. That's kind of what the suit in Atlantic, when you go on the mouse is like, isn't it?
Do you guys read comments after the video ends? I got some stuff to put in. No, I purposely ignore your comments. Of course, no, we do read all comments, but try our best to read all comments. So if you got stuff in there that you want to put in, absolutely go ahead and do that. Looking forward to reading it, whatever it is. Just make sure that it's nice and pleasant.
Yeah, I did spend a bit of time last week replying to some comments after the last show. So by all means, if one of us is available, then yeah, we will do our best.
Absolutely. You know, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that everybody's voice is being heard and that you are liking the show. And if you're not as well, do let us know.
Yeah,
let
us
us
know.
to make some changes to make sure that you guys are enjoying it. So yeah, so just let us know. Or even again in the Discord, if you want to let us know there, that's perfectly fine. And if you want to reach out to us on Twitter to do it privately, you can do that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You can always DM, message, whatever you want. All our socials, mine and lads, are all on the podcast channel. So
Absolutely.
help yourselves.
Absolutely. And now, is there anything else that you want to touch on?
I was just going to give a slight little review, thumbnail review, video review, very slight. Sly, well, actually, SYL, has just posted a video about 3 hours ago. It's got a really cool thumbnail. I think I've sent you the link. Title, you may have heard several times, but the thumbnail, I do like it if you actually look at it closely.
Okay.
Did I send it over to you?
Yeah. I remember Sile.
Sile, not Sly. Sile. Yeah. I always get them two mixed up, name-wise. They're so close. It's just the L and the Y, isn't it? But, yeah. No, I think that in terms of thumbnail, once you look close at it, I do like it. It's just got the right blend of colours. I love where the position is above Riffy. I think he's done a good job there, to be fair. And also, video-wise, I've got to mention it, haven't I? The old Nash situation. I've got to mention that. I jumped on a server last week, not realising that another couple of YouTubers were jumping on the same server. We both kind of accidentally met each other.
Yes, you talked to me a bit about this before.
So this was quite funny because I was filming for episode 3 of my latest series, and I got killed. I won't go into that because it's in the episode coming up that's out tomorrow night. But I got killed. Ended up on the coast near Berezino, and I ran inland, and there was a load of people saying we've just been taken out. We've been taken out as a group of 2 or 3. Blah 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 blah. And I was like, do you know what? I've only died recently anyway. Why not? Let's just go and play with these boys and girls. So I went over, and yes, there was a base stroke hotel being built in a big old building. So I kind of, first of all, thought, let's try and get their attention. So I started shouting throwing stuff at them, all this kind of stuff, and they were coming out trying to shoot me, and a few other people turned up. In the end, I got killed once, and in the end, I come back. In fact, a couple of times I might have got killed. I come back, and I started slapping one up with a knife, quite severely. Anyway, went upstairs. Luckily, they'd just built their first door, and I sat outside their door having this conversation with them for about 10 minutes. And I suddenly clicked. I was like, I know that voice. And I think they turned around and thought, I know that voice too. And it was like, fuck, who's this? And it turns out on his latest video, Nash's latest video, that's me giving him grief at the end of his video. Sat outside his base trying to fucking stab him with a knife. So yeah, we had some fun. But,
wow. Have you got the video that I put in chat?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll get the. It is quite funny actually. I'll just send it through on your link now, mate. Coming over to you as we speak. There. Yeah, we had a good old conversation in the end, anyway. And I ended up logging out outside the gate to his hotel.
God.
There you go. You never know who you're going to bump into, do you? So.
Well, that's very true. That is very, very true.
And it wasn't planned at all. This wasn't something that me and him had both set up. None of us had set no messages beforehand, nothing like that. It just
spontaneously
organically happy.
Yeah. That's the kind of like best time you can really get. It's even better when you do kind of like recognize the person you're interacting with. It's kind of like, oh wow, you're here. All right, let's see.
Well, I didn't at first.
Yeah,
I didn't at first. It was only right at the end. I was like, I know that voice. So, yeah, there you go.
Hey, Lord. But Boydie is also put here as well, the new team member. So yes, our good boy, our good lad, Red Falcon Mods has agreed to come on to the show. Is a reserve host. So Falcon, I don't know if you want to quickly pop in, just to make just to say hello. I know you've been on the show a few times as a guest. And you've also said boats are coming for Christmas, so...
I just seen that.
Ooh, very, very nice. Very, very nice. Can't wait for that. That's going to be class. I can't wait to see what servers bring that out. I'm definitely going to be playing on that straight away.
Well, it's going to be interesting, isn't it? I think, welcome in, first of all, Red Falcon. Here he is.
There he is.
Here I am.
Yo, how you doing?
How's it going, boys?
All good.
Not doing too bad, man. Not doing too bad. Welcome to the team.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Very excited.
Absolutely.
Well, just excited to mess about with these boats, mate.
Yes.
Indeed. Have you guys? So I have my test server set up so everybody can check them out.
Oh, you got a test server now.
Here we go then.
Yep.
Here we go. Do you want to drop those details, Red, or?
Yeah. Let me just pull that up. Too many windows open.
You watch that be full now. Give it half hour.
So it's set up kind of in the same way as the heli test server. So it's denuded of any animals or zombies or loot. It's just there for testing them out.
That, yeah.
And you spawn in just right near the trader. So that is...
What's the server called?
That is called Red Falcon Watercraft Test Center. I'm putting that.
Well, there you go. Sounds interesting.
Right now, there's just the one boat. It's a little Boston whaler, but I will be just at the point.
Unfouling, really?
Really?
I don't like Valning. But
I like Valning, man. I like
Valning too. I think Valning has a lot of fun kind of secrets and underground areas.
Yes.
For a map that's really not supported, I think it's a great map.
I love the broken down bridge on that, the big broken down bridge.
Yep.
That is that's pretty cool. And the underground city, the the abandoned train underneath. I can't remember what city it is now. I think it's mid-map, just up from the bunker trail.
Right,
I'm
it's the
thinking.
big city.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called though. But under there's a big old abandoned railway tube system, which is great for base building if you can get anything done in that.
Exactly. So we should have 3 or 4 boat models when the mod releases, and looking at having that in time for Christmas.
Nice. And you're gonna do
so-
something similar so other people can kind of like use their own models with that system, or
Yes, it's really the same way as I did the helis.
yeah.
So in fact, I don't know if you've seen Dino's Bino did or is working on a flying Santa sleigh for the holidays that I gave him some of
Excellent.
the
Hell
insider
yes.
stuff with the helis, so he started cooking that up.
Nice. I'll have to check that out when that's done.
Yeah, I think he's looking at trying to get it out soon. He's
And
done
I
a couple
will-
of little preview videos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will
Excellent.
be testing out the boat after this stream.
So you can walk around on it. You can
noticed.
while it's going.
Yeah, we saw
Um,
that video last week.
We did see the video. Yeah.
Because I checked out the video that you'd done based on like the feedback I gave.
Right.
And then I noticed you uploaded a new one, so I was like, oh, that's quite nice. And then realised, oh my god, he's walking on it.
Yes. Must do. And I made it so it's transparent, so you don't have to do any like click a button to walk on the boat or anything like
It
that.
just works. It just works.
That was some tips that Hunter Z gave me from his road trip NG mod. So that's kind of, there's some of those pieces cooked in there as well.
Nice.
Good stuff. Very nice.
Yeah. Good.
Well, I'm really, really excited to try it out. And again, congratulations. Welcome to the team. And I can't wait to work with you.
Thank you. Yes, I'm very excited. So
Yeah,
When you-
likewise, mate.
when you need somebody to prop up in a chair and say witty things, give me a call.
Hell yes. Absolutely. No problem at all. Well, I don't know if you didn't have that much time, but I'm pretty sure at this point in time we're going to wrap up for tonight.
It does seem like that time, doesn't it?
It
It
does
does.
seem like that time, yes. But again, thank you very much for popping in, just introducing yourself, just talking a little bit about the update with the boats there. And I will be speaking to you very soon about what the job will entail. Unless Boydie's already done that, then fab.
Nope. I just threw it out as, hey, I'm open if y'all can tolerate me. And apparently,
Tolerate.
Wow,
yeah,
you might have to tolerate me.
All right. Yeah, just. Absolutely. No problem at all. Take care of yourself, Falcon. Much love to you. And thank you again.
thank you. Cheers,
Yeah.
fellas.
Good man. See you
Take
soon.
care. But of course, before we finish up,
Here we go. Go on.
Spotlight.
You can go first tonight, mate.
No.
That's only because you haven't bloody thought of one, mate.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. So you give me the advantage by doing this. So spotlight for me this week is finally getting Ariana on the DayZ podcast.
Yes.
You've screwed yourself now, mate. I told you that you should have gone with that.
Fuck.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's mine. What's yours? Boats.
Boat.
Red Falcon.
Red Falcon. My spotlight is. You know what? Actually, it is. It's. I don't know.
Don't say ceasefire.
Not ceasefire. Not ceasefire.
Not this time round.
Not this time around, but maybe in the future. Absolutely. Bloody hell.
I'm trying to help you stall here, mate.
It's not the community DOJ. Although, right, you know what it is. I know we've said that joke quite a lot of the time. When it comes, I've had an idea for a piece of merch for us to have, and it's just like a spotlight thing there with the light going, and it's just the words "the community" in the light beam. Would you guys be interested in having something like that there? Like, I would buy that, personally.
I think he's gone off track here. I think that's what he's done.
I am totally not saying something else to store for an idea for the back of my head to come up with a new spotlight. Totally not whatsoever. Nope, distracted. Dump Grant. Actually, Dump.
He's
yes. Right. Dump is my spotlight.
There we go.
He is doing something absolutely fantastically, which I need to talk about. And I've been you know what it is? I've been getting a lot of likes on Twitter because I was tagged in the picture. But let me see if I can get the thread up here. Just getting it up on my phone. So Dumpgra is doing a new kind of like initiative, I guess you could say. Dumpgra Works presents nominate a modder's work you love for a chance to win $100 for them. Only one modder nomination per person. At least 2 sentences why you think the mod deserves to win in the comments below. Read rules and reason why in images. And now I'm going to get the Twitter thread for this. And the reason
I read this the other day.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I want to showcase this is because, I mean, obviously, you know, Domp has been part of the community for so long. He's been working so hard and he's giving back. And, you know, recently he's allowed some of his mods to be open source, so you can do whatever you want with them. And it's absolutely brilliant. Why the hell am I not liking that and retweeting that? I do not know. It is done now. Haha. And all the rules and standards, everything in there, is in the images that he posted. Read them through. Nominate your the modder. Please read the goddamn rules. But seriously, the fact that Dump is going out of his way to do this for the community is amazing, and I've not seen anybody do this for quite some time. So props to you, Dump. I'm wishing you the absolute best, mate, and much love to you. Good lad. See, I do have a spotlight. Fuck you.
Mate, at least you pulled it back. At least you got that back.
I reeled it in before I had to default to the community.
I think Dump helped you massively there, mate, with that.
Honestly, Dump, thank you so much.
Great timing, Dump. There you go.
But yes, so again, the Christmas episode next Saturday begins. He hates artists. Fucking hate them. I hate them. We're doing the Christmas episode next Saturday. It's going to be taking place around about 8 o'clock p.m. GMT or BST, whichever time zone people use. I use BST and apparently that's wrong. So, but yes, we're going to be doing the Christmas episode. Everybody who's been a host on the show's free to come in. A host? Anybody who's been a guest, sorry. We're going to be giving out all the prizes and the giveaway. We really hope that you guys come along, stick around, and enjoy it like we've done last year. It's going to be nice and casual and just relaxation, just to celebrate the way the year has been. And then we will be back after the new year. The date when we'll be back will be posted soon. But we're hoping you all are going to be there as well. Let's see if we do have a new list for the prizes. I know people's been trying to contribute as much as possible. Don't know, Cobra, if you know anything more about it, just in case.
No, I'll go with you, mate.
Right. Okay, as far as I know, there's no more updates on the prizes, but we will keep you guys up to date if any more do come in. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that everybody gets equal chances. If you want to participate, well, it's going to be a bit late now because it's the last episode until next week. But yeah, we'll hope to see you all there next week. Cobra, thank you again for coming on. I really, really do appreciate it. It's been
welcome.
Lovely. It's been really, really nice having you in there. Post a Discord link. Discord link is down in the description. Always recommend people go there, but I will get that there for you because why not? There you go. I beat you, Streamlabs. Fuck you. But yes, get yourself in the Discord, guys. Get yourself involved, and we're hoping to see you there. Again, Cobra, thank you very much for coming on this week. I really do appreciate it. Much love to you, and we shall see you next Saturday.
Yeah, see you then, guys. Have fun. Enjoy your Christmas
Yes.
festivities before this. Well, obviously before Christmas. And I'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely. Take care of yourselves, guys. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.